For the first time in the history of language learning, we have truly powerful tools at our fingertips, quite literally. The trouble is, no one tells you about them. All you hear about are flashy streak apps with unrealistic promises of instant fluency. When I started learning Italian 30 years ago, all we had were books, dictionaries, and the library. Today, the options are overwhelming. So let's make some order in what you actually need. Here are the 7 digital tools I'd use every day if I were starting Italian right now. Text to speech. If you're not using one, you're missing something truly fundamental for both your speaking and listening comprehension. What it does is simple. You paste any Italian text and it reads it back to you. The benefits are enormous. It builds correct pronunciation, trains your ear, and starts shaping your Italian voice from day one.
Maria Montessori è nata ad Ancona.
You're not guessing how something sounds. Guesses are rarely correct. Use it for everything. New words, expressions, entire paragraphs. Homework you wrote, a diary entry, a sentence from your exercise, a newspaper headline. Paste it in and listen. But listening without repeating doesn't count. You repeat it out loud, shadowing the audio until it becomes natural. As for where to find one, there are countless apps and sites online, many with excellent free plans. I'm not pointing you to a specific one because this space is moving fast and what's best today might be replaced by something better tomorrow. Whatever text-to-speech tool you choose, make sure it has natural Italian voices, not robotic ones. And let me repeat this for dramatic effect. You're not just listening, you should be actively repeating. Speech to text. If text-to-speech trains your ear and tongue, this one checks your pronunciation. It does exactly what it says. You speak Italian into it and it converts what you said into written text. It tells you whether what you think you're saying is actually what's coming across. That gap between what you intend and what the tool hears is where your spoken Italian gets sharper. It builds accuracy, speech precision, listen for those vowels, and with it, quite unexpectedly, it builds speaking confidence. Use it whenever you're in doubt, say a sentence, a word, a phrase you've been practicing, and see what the tool transcribes. If it matches what you meant to say, you're on track. If it doesn't, you've just found something worth working on. And here's a tip. Use these 2 tools in tandem. Listen with text to speech, then speak back with speech to text. You've just built yourself a pronunciation feedback loop. And did I mention the speaking confidence that comes with it? As for where to find one, you probably already have it. Most phones have speech to text built into the keyboard. Google Docs has it, Microsoft Word has it. There are also dedicated apps if you want something more specific. Whatever you use, make sure that it supports Italian. And if you're curious about what else I'd do differently if I were starting Italian today, subscribe and turn on notifications so I can let you know when the next video is out. Recorder. A recorder should be part of your Italian learning ecosystem. And the good news is you already have one. Why do we need a recorder? You see, when you're speaking, you cannot fully hear yourself. Your brain is too busy managing the language. Recording lets you step back and listen with fresh ears. You catch pronunciation mistakes you completely missed in real time. You hear exactly where you hesitate, where you rush, where you stumble. Use it for everything that comes out of your mouth. Reading aloud, telling stories, oral exercises, and pronunciation drills. Then save it in a dedicated folder on your device with the date. Think of it as your Italian audio diary. Every recording is a timestamp of where you were that day. So when in a moment of self-sabotage, your lizard brain tells you you're not making any progress, and it will, you'll have proof of the contrary. Go back and listen to an exercise from 3 months ago, and then listen to one from this week. The difference will be undeniable. As for where to find it, it's simply an app that is already on your phone, your tablet, or your laptop. Most devices have a recorder app built in. So go find yours and start building that audio diary. And if you'd like to build an Italian ecosystem that truly supports your learning, my book, Italian You, shows you exactly how. You'll find the link in the description. Verb conjugator. A verb conjugator is another essential reference tool for your Italian ecosystem. It does one thing. You type in a verb and it gives you the full conjugation across every tense. It's what you reach for when you're learning a new verb or when you're trying to use a verb you already know, but are not completely sure about how it conjugates in a specific tense. Every time you come across a new verb, conjugate it yourself first in all the tenses you've covered so far. Then check your version against the tool. One word of warning. When you look up a verb, the tool will show you every tense that exists in Italian. That's a lot of tenses, most of which you don't need yet, and some of them you'll never need. Focus only on the tenses you've studied and shamelessly ignore everything else. As for where to find one, there are many websites and apps. Choose one that includes audio pronunciation for each conjugation, so you're hearing the verb as well as seeing it.
Vado. Vai. Va.
Dictionary. I'm a huge believer in the magic of hard copy, paper and ink. But even I have to admit that the digital dictionary is an absolute must. A good digital dictionary often has more than one dictionary built in. It gives you multiple definitions, synonyms, example sentences, and use cases that the hard copy simply cannot match. And it saves you time. You get what you need immediately. But here's where I need to stop you. Make sure what you're using is an actual dictionary, not a translation tool. And I'll explain. Too many learners are using Google Translate as their dictionary of choice. And I understand why. It's right there. It's fast, it's familiar. But Google Translate is not a dictionary. It's a translation tool. It thrives on context. It needs sentences. The more, the better. It needs more than a single word to function properly. Feed it one word and you'll often get a result that's technically correct, but completely wrong for what you need in that context. Use a good online dictionary or a dictionary app. Leave Google Translate and all the other translation tools for when you have an entire paragraph, or at least a sentence. Italian calendar. This one is something I developed first for myself and then brought to my students, and they love it. Your Italian calendar is exactly what it sounds like, a dedicated calendar where everything Italian goes. Your lessons, your practice sessions, calls with your study buddies, your weekly revision, your song of the week, the verb of the day, all things Italian. Movie ideas, weekend trips to Italy, hotel bookings, calls with your Italian family in Puglia, even dinner at your favorite Italian restaurant. You can, of course, use a paper diary for this. There's nothing wrong with that. But a digital calendar gives you something a diary cannot. It keeps everything searchable, schedulable, and it's always with you. You can use Google Calendar or Apple Calendar or whatever digital calendar you already use. Just dedicate it to your Italian life. It's a very powerful tool and it goes beyond scheduling. When everything is in one place with dates, you stay on track and you stay consistent. And consistency is the key to language progress. In addition, it becomes the roadmap of your Italian journey. Every lesson, every song, every trip, every new word. And if you'd like to go beyond these 7 tools and get a full panorama of the digital toolkit of an Italian learner, I'm linking a free training in the description. You'll find out what can help, what can hurt, and how to tell the difference. So go ahead and grab your free ticket. Reverso context. Sometimes you write a sentence in Italian and it feels a bit off. The words are Italian, but you wonder if it sounds Italian. And that's exactly what Reverso Context is for. It's an online reference tool that searches an enormous database of real Italian text and shows you how a word, or better yet, a phrase or an expression, are actually being used in context. Not just whether it's grammatically correct, but what it actually means when Italians use it, if they do. Here's a perfect example. In English, you say, I am cold. So you tend to translate it directly. And I've seen people do it. Io sono freddo. I am cold. Except in Italian, that means you are cold to the touch, or that you are a cold, distant person. To say you feel cold, you'd say ho freddo, because Italian sees that sensation as something you have, almost like a possession. Reverso context would catch that. Use it whenever you've written something and want to make sure it's actually Italian, not Italian words poured into an English structure. Now, this is one of the most common mistakes English speakers make, not just sono freddo instead of ho freddo, but the whole concept of trying to say English sentences with Italian words. If you'd like to avoid the most common word-to-word translation mistakes, watch this video. Nowhere does it cause more confusion than with the verb avere. I'll see you there.